Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our second view computer science online classes. Now in today's class we are going to start the new chapter, chapter 15. Name of the chapter, networking concept. Okay, networking concept, it is the name of the chapter. Now next, in this chapter what we are going to study. So some important concept like the first one is about the networking concept, the introduction of networking or what is network. For one mark question, it's very important question also, and also some of the network goals, the need of networking, and also the ARPANET. What about the ARPANET? What's the full form of the ARPANET? And also OSI reference model, open system interconnection reference model here, and with that some of the transmission switching techniques here. So like that many things, the network security, about the virus. So each and everything point we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, now we know that what are the important points are going to study. Now the first point I am going to start, that is from our introduction. Okay, the introduction of network concept here. So what about the network? Why we using the network, or what's the users or the purpose of the network here? So we can say that the networking concept consists of two or more independent computers. Clear this point? Just if you are using one computer, it is not called as the network. The meaning of the network, that means the information or any kind of information or any kind of the resources going to share from one computer to the another computer. So this is called as the network. Clear this point here? The main purpose of the networking just to share the information. So I started from the same word. Networking means, or the networking concept consists of two or more independent computers here, and that are connected together in order to share the information. Correct? No? Why we connecting the computer? The purpose just only I want to share anything from one system, one computer, from one node to the another node here. So this is the purpose here. So not only the information going to share, it also going to share some of the resources. So the resources such as printers. Clear this point here? Any information, maybe the printers like hard disk here, or the hardware, software, each and everything going to share here. So the resources such as the printers going to share, and also the exchange of the files. Maybe if any file is there in one computer, just going to transfer by using some of the protocol like our FTP, file transfer protocol. Like that only finally we can say that allow the computer, or this allow the computer to make some of the communication. Clear this point here? Allow the computer to make some of the communication here, or the communication abilities. Now what about the communication abilities here? The communication abilities means here allow the computer electronic device to communicate with each other. The communication means to transfer any kind of the information from one computer to the another computer. So we know that just only this slide or the little bit information about the networking. Correct? No? The networking consists of two or more independent computers here, and all those computers, how many computers are there? Autonomous or the independent computers are going to connect one to another, and the purpose to share the information, that means to share some of the resources like our printers here, exchange of the files, or allow the electronic communication. Okay, we know about this one. So here we can say the networking provide the communication, correct no kya? Provide the communication abilities, that means allow the computers here to share some of the information and the abilities. Now we know that what's the use of the networking. That means after connecting one computer to the another computer, we know that such or something is going to share between the computer here. But while going to share any information from one computer to the another computer, that means we need to make some connection, correct no kya? So maybe the computers are there. Here the first computer is there and this is our second computer. Now I want to make some of the sharing, that is from first computer to the next computer. So before going to share, I need to make some of the linking in between the computer. Is it correct? Before going to share any information from one computer to the another computer, I need to make some of the linking connection here. So the computer on a network may be linked by using or may be linked by using some of the media like our cables, correct no kya? By using the cable we can connect the computers here, and not by using the cables we can also use some other media or the devices like our infrared light waves. Clear this point here? Infrared light waves or the radio waves here or the telephone lines we can use just to connect from one computer to the another computer, and after the connection now we can share any information or any files we can share by using one computer to the another computer. But after the connection, only after using the media devices, maybe the cables here, maybe the our infrared light waves, radio waves here, otherwise we can use the telephone lines. Okay, we know that some information about the networking. So lastly we can say that here the information, that means a network means it is a group of computer. We know that just by using one computer it's not possible to share anything from one to another. That means sure the network means we need to use a group of the computer. That means more than one computer is called as the group of computer, or many computer is a group of computer, and all those computer are connected together to share component like here hardware, software, data here, and also to collect the information from one computer to the another computer, correct no kya? And also not just only to collect the information from one computer, also to share the information among the entire group. Clear this one? From one computer to the another computer here. So finally we can say that all those are connected to share some of the resources like our hardware, software and the data here. Okay, now we completed about the introduction of the networking. In our introduction of the networking, I just said here many computers are there here, and all those computers are going to connect one to another, and the purpose we know that why we connecting the computer to share the information very easily after the connection here, and later such computer are connecting by using the media like our cable, telephone lines here, and also finally we can say about some of the media like our radio waves. Okay, now we completed the introduction. Now let's what about our what is network? It's a very important 1 mark question. What is network? So we can say network is an interconnection of autonomous computers. Clear this point here? A network is an, maybe if they ask what is network for 1 mark question, no need to write. Whatever I said in our introduction, all are applying just only for our 2-3 marks here. But the correct point, what is network? That means you need to write the meaning. The meaning is the network is an interconnection of autonomous computer. Now what about the autonomous computer? Which computer is called as the autonomous computer? That means the independent computers are called as the autonomous computers here. So we can say that when it possible to exchange the information when two computers are said to be interconnected. When two computers are said to be connected from one to another, then it possible to exchange the information. Is it correct here? Okay, so we know that if the connection is there, then only it possible to make some exchange of the information between the computers here. So here we can say, we know that the meaning of the network, it is an interconnection of the autonomous computer. So I already said the definition or the meaning of the networking here. So the definition is that the computers are autonomous. So we know the meaning of the autonomous is called as the independent computer. So the definition is that it is the computers are the autonomous. This means that no computer on the network can start, stop or control another. Clear this point? So this is the meaning of the autonomous. So clear the meaning of the autonomous. Independent computer is called as the autonomous computer. That means whatever, if you are using such computer it's not possible to start anyone, to stop or to control anyone here. So this type of computer is called as the autonomous computer. So clear now the meaning of the introduction as well as the what is network here. Okay, now after completing the meaning of or some of the point in our introduction and also the meaning of the network here, now we are going to select the next concept, that is the transmission or switching our technique here, the transmission or the switching techniques. So before going to start, we know that there are three switching techniques are there, and I already written here the circuit switching, message switching and the packet switching. So our next point is the transmission or our switching techniques. So there are three type of transmission or switching techniques or a typical techniques are available for digital data traffic. Clear this one? Here also some of the information going to pass from one connection to the another connection. So how many type of switching techniques are that? There are three type of the switching technique or the typical switching technique available, and why we using just only to transfer, to pass the digital data traffic. Clear this point here? So the first one is the circuit switching here. Okay, now what about the circuit switching? So here we can say that about our circuit switching here. So this circuit switching is a connection technique, and such connection technique that directly connect the sender and the receiver in an unbroken path. Clear this point here? Why? Because we know that we are in the switching. The meaning of the switching is called as the transmission, the connection technique. So here sometime we are going to make some of the connection from one point to the another point, from one end to the another end. So in case of our circuit switching, I want to use one very good example, because in this case some of the switching, some of the connection going to occur, that is between from one sender to the receiver in an unbroken path. Clear this one? That means established some of the connection between sender and the receiver here. So one good example we can say for our sender and the receiver connection technique, that is the telephone switching technique. Clear this point here? The telephone switching technique. So such a telephone switching technique that connects directly the sender, okay, telephone to the receiver's telephone. Clear this point? Here just when you are going to make some of the call to any other person, that means sure some of the connection going to occur, that is from sender to the receiver here. So when we are using telephone switching technique, that directly connects the sender and the receiver here just by making a physical connection. Clear this point here? From one wire to the next. Maybe this is the sender and some of the connection going to occur, and after that in between our receiver. So here we can say that here maybe our some of the direct connection going to occur by making a physical connection from one wire to the next wire here. So clear this point? So here we can say that with this type of switching technique here, once the connection is established or exist, that means it going to connect to the end until the connection is terminated. Clear this point here? So this is about our switching, circuit switching. So clear the meaning of the circuit switching. Here just only the most important point is here some of the connection is that from one end to the another end. So in case of our circuit switching, the first example I used, that is the telephone switching. We know that in our telephone switching equipment here, some of the connection that is going to occur or exist between the sender's telephone to the receiver's telephone by using some of the wires, by making some of the connection using the wires here, until when it will go here until the connection is terminated. Clear this point here? So this is about our circuit switching here. And later next one, after the circuit switching, now let's about our message switching. So here we can say that in our message switching, there is no need to establish a connection like our circuit switching. Whether we need some of the connection, the sender to the receiver, sure we can say that because maybe if any sender going to make some call to the receiver, that means the receiver need to take the call. Clear this one? If the sender is just going to talk, we can say that it is not correct. Correct? No? So we can say that there is some connection that is between the sender to the receiver. But what about in case of the message switching method here? So in case of the message switching method, we can say that there is no need to establish a connection like our circuit switching method between two computer. Clear this point here? Between our two computer, and such two computer only call as the between two station. So maybe I used the word station. The meaning of the station here, it is not any railway station or any type of the station. Here station means only the meaning is the computer. Or maybe if I used the word here computer, node, station, so every meaning is the same. The meaning is just only the computer only. So clear this point here? So here we can say that when you are going to make some of the connection by using message switching method, that means no need to make the connection like our circuit switching method here, okay, between our two station, between the two computer. And when one computer want to send any message, maybe one computer want to send any message to the another computer here, then what it want to do here? So here we can say that such computer add or append. We know the meaning of the add. The meaning of the add is just only called as the appending. Clear this one? The appending the destination address to the message here. So what do you mean by a destination address? The meaning of the destination, the meaning of the destination. Now before going to start or before going to tell destination meaning, the source meaning. That means which computer want to send the message. That means here maybe this computer is called as the source computer, and if they want to pass to this computer, then this computer is called as the destination computer. That means the message going to pass from which computer and going to pass to which computer. Clear this point here? So this is called as the source computer and this is called as the destination computer here. So we can say that before going to send any message from one computer to the another computer, what the first computer is doing, the first computer just adding which computer passing the message, such computer adding the destination address. Clear this point here? Or adding the appending the destination address to the message in this case here, and later what such message going to transmit from computer to the computer here, from one to another in this case here, and whatever the node going to accept the message, receive the message and store it briefly here, and then transmit the message to the next computer. Clear this point here? So maybe if any message going to pass from first computer, that means it first of all going to pass to the second computer, and what it will do, so the second computer receive the message, receive the entire message here, accept the entire message and store it briefly in this case here, and later what transmit such message to the next node, and this computer also doing the same, receive the message here, store it briefly and later what pass the message message to the next node. Clear this point here? So like that the message going to pass from one computer to the another computer. So this type of network, or we can say that the message switching network is sometimes called as the store and forward network. Clear this point here? Sometimes called as the store and the forward network. You know about this one. Why it is called as the store and forward? We know that maybe if any one computer passing to next computer, such computer storing the message and then forwarding the message to the next node here. So because of this it is called as the store and forward network. So clear this point here? Okay, we know that about our circuit switching and also the message switching. Clear now the meaning of the message switching? Why? Because here some of the message going to pass between two computer, between the two stations here, or between our two node. Clear this one? The two nodes, NODES here, and later words, but before going to pass, just it adding the destination address. That means such message should go to the which computer, should go to our which computer, it adding such computer address here, destination address to the message here, and then such message going to pass one computer to the another computer here. So this is the meaning about our message switching. Now let's the next thing about our packet switching. So what about the packet switching? So here we can say that the packet switching combines the advantage of both circuit and the message switching. The packet switching have or contain or combines or using the advantage, whatever the advantage is that in our circuit and message, it should use such advantages. Combine the advantage of the circuit and message switching and minimize the disadvantage of both here. Clear this point here? So whatever the advantage is that, it going to accept the advantage, and whatever the disadvantage is that, it going to minimize. That means it going to also add to our packet switching method here. Now what about the packet? So here the third point, we know that the packet here, it is not any gift or any kind of the packet. Here packet means in such packet some of the information is there. As we know that in our computer maybe one lengthy message is there. It is not possible to pass such lengthy message one at a time. Clear the meaning here? Maybe if any information is that I want to pass from one computer to the another computer here, that means here maybe the lengthy message it's not possible to pass one at a time. So what we are going to do here? So here we can say that a message, clear this point here, whatever the message is that, such message is broken down into smaller parts or smaller unit, and such smaller parts or smaller unit is called as the packet. Clear this point? Maybe this is the message, maybe this is the lengthy message. Now I am going to divide such message into smaller units here, the smaller parts in this case, and such smaller parts is called as the packet. Clear this one? It is also called as packet. It is also called as packet. So here totally how many small unit of parts are there of the message? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 packets are there in this example. So clear the meaning of the packet here, and like that only such packet. Clear? Like that only. After that maybe you want to pass maybe one packet, second packet, third packet, fourth packet, fifth packet, all those packet going to pass one after the another here. So each packet is tagged with appropriate the source and destination address. Clear this point? We know the meaning of this source now. That means from which computer such packet going to pass here, and to which computer it will be passing. Clear this point here? So we can say that before going to pass any information from one computer to the next computer, what the first computer is going to do, that means here the each packet is tagged with appropriate the source and the destination address in this case here, and later words such a source and destination address allow the packet to be routed in a variety of the possible path. We know that because no any confusion, we already written, we already completed, added some of the source as well as the destination computer address. So there is no any chance in the missing of the packet here. So before going to pass any information, we need to add some of the source as well as the destination address in the packet here. So So clear this one, and later depend on such a source and destination address, the packet going to move, the packet going to route one after the another in a proper manner here. So this is the most important thing about our packet switching method here. And later what, maybe why? Because we started from this computer to pass such a packet to our next computer here. So what it will do, that means our the second computer therefore accepting the packet, and while accepting the packet it is using some of the sequencing number to the packet here. So clear this point here. So therefore when the packet going to pass from this computer to the next computer, this computer is just adding the sequencing number to each packet at the receiving end here, and later was, so by using such a sequencing number the original message going to reconstruct. Why? Because maybe the packet will come, the first packet it going to join to this computer, after that the second packet going to join, then third packet, then fourth packet and fifth packet, like that all those original message going to add to this computer, pass to this computer here, and later was such original message is going to reconstruct just by using the sequencing number. So clear this point here. So like that the message going to pass from one computer to the another computer. So clear the meaning of the transmission or the switching technique here. We know that there are three types of that. The circuit switching, I already used one example, that is called as the telephone. Clear this one. The telephone, there is a connection is there between sender and the receiver till the connection is occurred, till the connection is there here or established here. And later next one, message switching, that means some of the message going to pass from one computer to the another computer, and such network is sometimes called as the store and forward network. And we can say about our packet switching, and we know what's the meaning of the packet. That means we know that maybe a lengthy message, whatever the message is, that such message going to divide into small unit, smaller parts here, and such smaller parts is called as the packet. And after that such a packet while going to pass, before that they are adding some of the source and destination address to the packet here, and later what they are going to pass such packet from one computer, from source computer to our destination computer here, and later was at the receiving end they adding some of the sequencing number to each packet here, and later was they are going to construct to such packet as a original message here. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.